Alright. This... Freaking... Aw, dang it. I was hoping I'd be able to do that. This is the Lesion. As far as I can tell, it's one of the longest pole arms in the entire game. And it also happens to be one of the, apparently the shortest pole arms in the entire game, just for scale. I'm going to get out my Orthos Prime. This is the longest pole arm in the game, apparently. I mean, this thing's tiny. Like... Alright, anyways. That aside. It happens to be one of the biggest pole arms in the game. But it's also so small. Okay, so... Extremely experimental build, alright? This needs to be maxed out. This needs to get converted into a prime pressure point. I have another build for more late game content. It includes Relentless Combination because of Slash procs. Basically how this build works is theoretically because of your combo multiplier. If it gets up to about the 5 area, which is where it should be by the time you get to the point where you're taking a lot of damage to kill things, this is actually going to be more effective than a pressure point, or a prime pressure point even, especially because these 3 mods actually are going to sync up well. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to show off this one. And one thing that I want to say right now is Maiming Strike, Maiming Strike, Maiming Strike. If you don't own a Maiming Strike, get your hands on one, or get your hands on a ribbon that acts like a Maiming Strike. Because if you don't have one, this weapon, with its 5% crit chance, it's not going to do anything similar to what you're seeing it do in this video. And that is final. There's absolutely no way it is going to do anything similar, alright? Now, I'm going to turn on Warframe Invulnerability. I'm going to turn on Pause AI. Only reason I'm doing this is because occasionally they kill me just before I reach them, and under normal circumstances, these circumstances being very long survivals, 2 hours plus, you're always invisible, so there's absolutely no reason that you would stop being invisible for a second. Let me pop this first before I epic fail. Alright. Energy's up to full. This is just a max power strength Mirage build. I'm missing 15%. It's just because Transient Fortitude's pretty expensive to max out. Alright, so I'm just going to, for example... Okay, I got lucky there, but only because there's a bunch of people here. But you'll see that, I mean, that's not that bad for damage. I only hit it 1 or 2 times, but when you start to throw in... Okay, I fell. Ignore that. He fell. Ignore that. I mean, that's pretty good damage. Like, those are level 95 heavy gunners. I mean, it works. Notice how I didn't drop invisibility, and that's because of Blood Rush. Eventually Blood Rush catches up, and even though it's only a 5% crit chance, it makes it manageable due to its attack speed. When my invisibility wears off, I'll show you. It's, this is with Berserker, but that's a pretty decent attack speed. For that, I'm going to, or actually before I do that, I'm going to now, I'm just going to throw in just a Maiming Strike to get it started. We're already up to a 42, but that's not that high. You'll see when I throw on Relentless Combination, it goes up really fast. And the reason that this is so strong is the synergy between gas and stealth, and while they did fix that a long time ago, how gas, please inform me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but how gas used to work was, hold on, my cat's being dumb. There we go. Nope, not fixed. Okay, so how gas used to work was if you had a gas, or if you hit a gas proc, it would proc a damage value as gas, and then it would get converted to toxins. So it would start off as gas, and this gas got multiplied by 8 from invisibility, and then after that it would get converted to toxin. This toxin proc would ignore armor, and that's the damage portion. That's where it actually decides how much damage is actually going to be done, and since toxin procs ignore armor, it would basically just not care and just absolutely destroy anything in front of it. But then, insult to injury, it would then get reconverted back to gas in an AoE. So then it would get hit by another 8 times stealth multiplier, which would just absolutely destroy it. Whatever you were hitting did not need that. Okay? So now I'm going to throw in a Mirage abilities. Just, again, proof of concept. That one didn't have armor. Don't use that as like an actual... It didn't just one-shot a level. As you can see, the gas and the slash procs are doing absolutely the most. Alright, so I'm going to follow the same exact order of events. I'm going to equip the other build that I have designed, and I'm going to have to do it in very, very quick succession. That way I don't lose my combo counters. That way I can just show how effective the combo counter is. So I'm just going to do a few runs. No abilities or anything like that. No maiming strike, no abilities. Just pure melee. Then I'm going to throw in a maiming strike for another test, and then I'm going to throw in the abilities and the maiming strike. So, let's begin again. Also, this, it really, I wasn't even off the map. It laughs at, it just absolutely laughs at bombards. Because bombards have no health, they're all armor. It just, the slash and the gas procs just chew straight through it. Even though gas itself doesn't ignore armor, the damage that it deals does. I know it's really confusing, but unless they fixed how toxin procs work, then that's how that should work. Notice how I'm already up to a 500 combo. Alright, now I'm going to run off of those enemies so that I can let my slash procs still deal damage. Alright, we didn't lose it. We're good. I'm gonna get it up to 1,000, and then I'm just going to run one more time just to show like just how quick it is. But as you can see, okay, now I'm getting a red crit buff from my cat, but that's something that I'm always going to recommend. And that's something that I'm always going to include in my test. And you can correct me if you feel like it, but in my opinion, it's always more fair to do a test with everything at your disposal than only just the weapon, because sometimes synergy between things is just really good. So, one more time. I'm getting really lucky with these crits, by the way. Like, these red crits are just Blood Rush and my cat at the same time. But everything else, like just the random crits that I'm getting pretty lucky, not gonna lie. Having reach on this is definitely good. In my opinion, condition overload doesn't really matter though. The problem is, unless the enemy is so tanky that the status procs from before wear off before you're done killing it, then it's not really gonna matter. And the thing about range is it allows you to reach into nully bubbles. It allows you to just hit anything. Now I'm gonna wait for this combo to go away because I don't want to throw in Maiming Strike and keep the combo up. Alright. So as you can see, not really doing anything and my combo's going up. He's on the edge, so I'm not gonna risk it. Gotta be quick. That's what I'm mentioning about the whole Lesion being like a really long pole arm that doesn't have any range. Like, I wasn't that far away from those heavy gunners, and while my prime breach isn't that maxed out, it's not like it's 135%. That's more than double. That is more. It's an additive 135% of the range, so it adds 100 and whatever. You probably get what I mean, but if I have a range of 1 meter, it's going to add 1.35 meters. Well, only because mine isn't fully upgraded, but since I have 135%, it's going to add 1.35 meters to my range, and that's like, I was what, about this far? Like, my melee range is probably about 4 meters. It's not long at all. And this weapon doesn't have momentum, so the thing about Maiming Strike, I mean, look at that. You could probably throw on Prime Fury to fix that. Alright, this time, abilities, Maiming Strike, no holds bar, or whatever, however that says what. Alright, I'm gonna wait for my... I wanna improve my content a little bit, so I'm trying to be as clear and all of that as possible. I don't know. I'm gonna, as I said in one of my previous videos, right now I'm in like the very near future, before school starts, I'm probably going to try and start editing. Which is just gonna, my graphics and all of that aren't gonna improve. It's not my console or anything, it is just literally Twitch. Because it's, you've seen other live streams. If you're watching it in 1080p 60, there's always some problems with it. A little bit of lag, just similar stuff, bunch of pixelation problems. And that's gonna happen with my content, no matter how I do it, because of the way that Xbox records it, since it records it in 720. Yeah. Go away. Why do you always have to come in when I'm recording? F off. No one cares. No one cares. If they're watching Warframe, they're probably not watching the kind of content that you make.
I'll play Warframe for you.
Okay then.
Twitch.tv/Garza. G-A-R-D-Z.
No one cares.
Garza. Twitch.tv/Garza.
I'm just gonna throw on my partial Atarax build. This is it. Just as a comparison, I have Spoiled Strike on, because why not? I should probably throw a Relentless combo on. I think I have 2 separate builds in here. No, Alright, just as a comparison to like the Atarax. I mean, it's good damage, but... So I'm told that you always want to be slide attacking? Like, this doesn't, this thing doesn't even have, well, I guess flash procs do ignore armor. What, 16,000 orange crit? 13,000 orange crit? Alright, we'll throw on this real quick. That's more like it. That's more of what I've been hearing about the Atarax, but still, like, that guy didn't die. Like, what? How am I supposed to trust you people? How? What? That's like nothing. Those ticks, you could be having 2 of those ticks with gas as well. Heck, you know what? I'll even just proof of concept. Throw on a minor variation of this with gas. Or something. Take that off, and take that off. We'll just throw on, It's not even gonna work. It doesn't even have a high enough status chance. We'll just try it, though. Virulent Scourge, Volcanic Edge. And this thing has Spoiled Strike on, too. I've given it as much help... Oh. I've given it as much help as I can. To everyone who says that gas is dead, I would like to say, I'm not trying to start an argument, but you are for the most part wrong. Okay, now that, like, look, this is freaking dumb. I would rather run with Lesion because Lesion has higher status chance, but again, it's just proof of concept. It works. Just weapon I recommend is the Lesion. If you wanted to, what? This has 15% status. Atarax has 20. Atarax would be better, but on a weapon like, let's just say Orthos real quick, just to finish this off, round it off. Why do I have this on here? What do? We could take... I don't even have Fury on this, really? Okay. What even was supposed to go on here? This is the one time that I've actually, like, forgotten what I was doing. Oh yeah, gas. There we go. Why I have 2 of these maxed out? I wasn't paying attention. And what are we gonna get rid of? We could get rid of Relentless Combo real quick. Or why am I getting rid of Relentless Combo? I've already shown earlier that you don't need Pressure Point if you have Relentless Combo on. Unless you, like, want it. But as long as you have a high enough combo multiplier. Like, Orthos isn't that good with it, but it's the fact that you can do this. Oh, hold on. That guy, my cat keeps stripping the armor. Again, I'm always going to keep doing this unless you guys want me to throw in just a random, you know, test as well next to all of the normal tests, where we just take a, where we just don't take a cat into it or anything like that. Because, I don't know, maybe you're like, well, that's not really the strength of the weapon, but I like to test for situations. I don't like to test for the weapon itself, which is why I have actually pulled out these weapons. Did I have Buzzkill on? I didn't have Buzzkill on. I had Life Strike, which means I can put on Buzzkill. Or Fury. Which one? Oh yeah. Weapons that don't have momentum, I'm just gonna spawn a few more enemies in real quick so that I can show this. Maiming Strike, they fixed it on console. I used to want to kill myself when using Maiming Strike on console. I fell. They fixed slide attacks. I don't need to hold it. I don't need to be right here to do a slide attack. Like, I used to actually have to go all the way down on my knees to get a slide attack done, like this. But now I can just go like this. Oh, okay. Thanks for proving my point, Warframe. Thanks. Oh, I ran out of... By the way, in a normal situation, you're always going to have a critical up because you're always maiming striking. Alright, anyways. I'm just gonna wrap it up. Yeah. Go away, invisibility. Lesion. I just wanna... If this weapon ever gets a prime, I'm just going to real quick just spout a little bit of information real quick, just kind of vomit some information real quick. In my opinion, weapons like the Dual Toxicist and the Lesion could get their primes. And the reason that I say this is because the Infestation was a weapon created by the Orokin. And basically, they put the Infestation inside of their weapons back in the Orokin era. And it was used to kill sentient. If I'm not mistaken, I might be. But I'm pretty sure it was used to kill sentient. And these weapons, this is a torpedo with the Infestation implanted in it. So if this is just an infested torpedo, you could make a torpedo prime and a Lesion prime. Because you could just make it, you don't need to keep the whole infested look, alright? Maybe you can make like an infested skin and a prime skin for the prime itself. But like what I'm thinking is like, I don't know, like those dots like on the end, you'll stop it, Mirage. Put it down. Thank you. On the end of the stick on the left side, you'll see like these 4 dots or whatever. Maybe those could be like glass, and inside there could be like a little infested organism inside, and it's just a white and gold or black and gold or whatever, the whole prime color scheme inside. And when this does get released, it doesn't even need to be a major stat increase. Even, I mean, they could probably just leave it the same, give it momentum, and give it more range, and that'd probably be enough to call it a prime. Because, like, this is just so bad. Fortunately, you only need to do it every once in a while once you get Blood Rush going. But this is just really annoying. I'll spawn in just a few more enemies so that I can show it without, or with the Berserkers so that it doesn't look so slow. Oh, let me get everyone in there. Alright. Waiting for it to go away. It should go away like any second now. Alright, there we go. Like, it's not the slowest thing in the world when you get Berserker up, but on the ground normally, it is so slow. Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna wait for that to go away. Let's just see how far the range is. So we're gonna use this enemy here, for example. Nope. 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 Alright. A little bit over 5 meters. Yeah, a little bit over 5 meters. Maxed out, could probably do 6. Maxed out. I'd like to see at least a 7, well, not like a 7 base. But I'd like to see, like, with a maxed out, 10. Because, just, if they were to prime it, I would say range. Range, 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 and range. I love the Orthos, I love the Legion. Just the one thing, the reason that I just can't use this normally without Naramon, because it's a gas weapon, it's worse than a slash-based weapon. But if you do have Naramon, which means long survivals, this thing is going to outdamage everything else in your arsenal, except if you're a Banshee with Omnicore. That is going to absolutely destroy everything. No questions asked. And simply put, the Legion just... It doesn't do the whole, like, kill things dead thing. I don't know. It just... You need that Naramon, because you need to get up close, and if I had to do this through a mission, I would kill myself, honestly. I would just jump off one of these cliffs right here, simply because of that. But that is going to do it. Yeah, definitely Legion Prime. I don't know what it would come with, you know? It doesn't really matter to me. I just want it in my life. It and Dual Toxis Prime. They're both really nice weapons that could definitely gain a little bit of a buff, in my opinion. Especially like the Dual Toxis buff with the whole like headshot thing. It should definitely reset after like 3 headshots or something. I don't know. Anyways, leaving this off here. And thank you for watching. There's a person in the stream right now, and I'm not reading chat because the only reason that I'm actually doing a live stream is that I can stream like my actual thoughts, my whole, like what I'm thinking while doing this. So I'm not reading chat. Whatever you're saying, whoever you are, well, thanks for dropping by, but I'm about to end it. So thank you people on YouTube for watching. Thank you people on Twitch for tuning in for some reason, even though my stream is titled Period. And yeah, I'm gonna have a Galatine video out soon. I really like my Galatine build. It's very fun with Volt. But that's gonna do it. Thanks.